What's poppin', y'all? We back with another very, very special episode of the Squid Games Aftermath podcast. I am your host, DeAndre, aka Player 288, and today, this moment is a moment because I have the moments with me, the illustrious, the beautiful, the savvy, the sweet, the smart, Rose, Player 51 is in the building. What's happening?
Hi everyone, as you can see, it's Player 051. It's Rose. Yeah, I'm in the building and I'm happy to be here.
We got her in the building and we gonna break it down for y'all because she got some things that she gotta say because Netflix was playing with her in the edit.
Yeah, guys, a lot, but it is what it is. I guess I'm the silent killer right now.
Hey, exactly. So we gonna get right into it. Rose, first question is, why did you decide to apply for Squid Games, the challenge?
So, firstly, I had no idea about Squid Game. My friend was like, Rose, I feel like you should apply for this. And she insisted, my Nigerian friend, she was like, you have to. And on second thought, I was like, Squid Game is scary. But I was like, there's nothing I can do. As you can see, I'm a Cameroonian babe. I go for everything. And then I was like, so what is the win from this? They're like 4.56 million. I'm like, okay, I'm going for this show. I don't know how, but I'm gonna risk it all. I'm going for this show. And while I was doing that, like basically I'm a medical lab scientist. So my vision is to have a cancer lab back home in Cameroon, Africa. So I was like, okay, if I win this money, I will go better healthcare in my country, my homeland, and help like diagnose diseases and just help in the medical field. So that was why I wanted to win this money and also help other youths like get like self-employment, like training, because I braid, I crochet, I do videos, I do a lot of stuff. So I want to like share all of this with other African ladies that you can work. If you're not getting a job, you can be self-employed. So that was why I was going for this show, honestly. Yeah.
Hey, that's beautiful and wonderful. You have, high aspirations for what you was gonna do, and a lot of people they didn't have those kind of high aspirations, including myself. I wasn't thinking that far, but you definitely deserve that money,
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
So what were you planning on
100%.
doing with it, your own
I
money?
mean, look, I was going to take care of the community. Like I have my big thing was I have a program helping people figure out what they want to do,
Oh,
and
that's nice.
helping young adults and college students, and using the money to push that along to help people learn about helping them go abroad if they want to go abroad, helping them learn about different job entities and different parts of their own personality that they didn't realize that they had that could help them figure out what they wanted to do in life. So
Oh, that's great. That is something nice. So I think all of us did deserve to win that money. So
yeah,
that's a
everyone
great
deserves
thing.
it.
Yeah.
Definitely. So we find out that you get accepted onto the show and you are about to head out on this new quest. Tell me what is going on in your head the night before you're about to leave.
So the night I'm about to leave, I was just from work and I was like, oh my God, I'm going for this show. Like, I'm going for it. And guys, I haven't watched Squid Game by then. I don't know none of the games. Like, my brother was like, Rose, like, you go for a show, you don't even know any of the games. I'm like, I got this. I'm like, I know there's cooking something, there's red light, green light. He's like, you're very, like, unathletic because I've been unathletic for like 2 years now. I don't even want to do anything to stress my bones. I'm just resting. I'm like, it's snowing outside. I'm tired, no exercise. So when I was going, I was like, oh my God, I have to like watch this show and even know what is happening. I remember going on YouTube to watch like short videos or reviews of episode 1 and 2 just to know what the games are, because I love the show, but I just did not have that time to watch the show. So that was what was going through my head. I was like so scared and I was trying to get my game plan. So basically my game plan going to this show, I'm very loud and I'm very observant and I'm very smart. I detect the way people move and I can switch to the calm part of me. So I'm very introverted and I'm very extroverted. If I don't feel cool with you, you're gonna just see me like, But if I'm cool with you, I'm gonna be very loud. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be me throughout the show and then see how I can use my brain to get through the show. That was just my game plan, just being smart and being me.
Okay, yeah, being you, and that's the best thing you could possibly be, I think.
Yeah.
So you get on the plane, you head out, And we get there, and so we soon eventually walk into the first game. That's the first thing that approaches us, and we walk into the arena, and we obviously see it's red light, green light. How are you feeling walking into this red light, green light arena?
I was so excited, but I was scared. I was damn scared because it was cold. And I don't like cold. Even though I stay in Chicago, I've grown in a tropical climate. I'm used to like warm environment. It's damn freezing. And we have to do red light, green light. And I'm like, okay. And then everyone is so athletic. You can see some people doing some stretches. I'm like, oh my God. I remember Rex was like, Rose, you're not stretching. I was like, I can't stretch. If I stretch, I'm gonna break a bone. I can't remember the last time I did some exercises. I'm gonna break some bones. So I'm just gonna go the way I am. And I was scared. Honestly, I was so scared. And in my mind, I kept saying to myself, my brother told me, don't come back after the first game. So in my mind, I'm gonna be like, I traveled from Chicago, Illinois, 11 hours flight to come here. I ain't going back. I'm like, I'm gonna do what it takes. And I was just rooting for myself.
She was rooting for herself. Okay. So when you get in there and we finish the practice round, what's kind of your strategy going into this?
So I know the song, so I danced a lot. I remember there was this video I once danced, like it was an Afro version, like a South African version of Echo. So I danced it, so I knew the song very well. And so in my mind, I'm like, okay, I don't even know the lyrics, but I just know this is going. I'm like, okay, I'll stop at before the song ends. That's what I was doing. So the first one, I was not even out in the light. I was still in the back. Everyone was up front. I was like, okay. And then I noticed how it was going. I noticed we're following the song. And so the first round when I got in, I was messed out because I was standing in a very weird position. I remember I got frozen in that position. I was like, oh my God. Why did I choose this position? And everything, and we had to stand 15 minutes in that position. And from there, the next round, I just put my hand in my pocket and I just stroll left, right. I was walking now like a penguin. I ain't running. I do the penguin work and my hands in because if my hands are in, I'm not gonna shake. Nothing is gonna want to shake. I'm frozen because it's cold, so I don't care if I turn to the frozen anything. I'm fine. And that was what I did, and that was how I survived. Just slowly but surely.
She was doing the penguin walk, happy feet all the way down the line, and she slowly was creeping her way to the finish line.
Yeah,
okay.
And the funniest part, I got out the third group. I didn't even step. Yes, I was out with Favor, and that was the group. And I remember when we got out, we were so hey, and people were standing like this. I was like, I'm so sorry, guys, but I'm just so happy I did this.
Wow, that was my line too. I was third too.
Yeah, that was the group I came out in because my penguin walk was fast, not that. Yeah, but I was so careful.
Okay. She got some undercover speed up in there. Look out. Well, congratulations, player 51 makes it through the first game by doing some happy feet Madagascar stuff going on in here. I like it. Okay, she's coming back to her African roots to get the first game done.
Yeah.
And so we get up out of there, and it is time eventually to go into the dorms. So when you first walk into the dorms, what are you thinking? And are you thinking big group, small group? Or are you trying to, find just a couple group of people to get close to? And then who do you get close to?
All right. So walking into the dorm, I'm from a boarding school. That was why I was able to not get into trouble with anyone. I've lived with people that are not my friends for 7 good years, for 8 months continuously in a boarding school for 7 years. So I know how people function. So getting in the dorms, I'm not going to prove myself to anyone. That is the thing I did. If I see you next to me, hi, hello. If you're not next to me, I'm not gonna move towards you and hi, hello. Except if I see something on you that I like. So that was when I get to the dorm. That was what I was doing. I'm trying to just see what's going on, and then I don't want to create alliances. You know why? You don't trust people where I come from. You don't trust people. So I'm even if I'm gonna be in clinks of alliances, I'm not gonna be full-fledged oh, we're gonna do this. No, I'm just gonna be friendly, and I don't want to hurt any alliance because if this alliance gets crashed, they're coming for you. I don't want anyone coming for me, please. I traveled for long hours, please. That was it. And then in the dorms, I remember I, Rex, and Lucia, we're all standing together because I was 51 and they were directly behind me when we were entering the dorms. So when we came to the dorms, I was like, I already know this. I've seen them. We were like red light, green light around each other. So I was like, hi, and Lucia's my Nigerian babe. So we just got along. And in the dorms, it's so nice. That was the first person that I kind of like connected with was Lucia and a little bit of Rex because Rex was so calm because he had like cold. He had something going on but he was very cool with all of us. And then around I think like some hours, I saw Lorenzo. Lorenzo saw that I was so loud and funny. And he was like, oh my God, girl. And that was how I clicked with Lorenzo. So like, I was just like, it was funny how we met because Lorenzo was in the other direction. And he's like, where is your bed? I'm like, my bed is this way. And then he came and moved and slept around us. And like, because I was sleeping close to Lorenzo and then Lucia was in the other angle, like in the other side of the dormitory. And I was this way. So, but that was how it was. Like, honestly, and then if I see anyone in the, like, oh God, in the bathrooms, hi, hello, because like, I greet everyone, like where I'm growing, where we're cultured to, where you see someone, you say hi, hello, or you like, so that was how I was doing, and that's how I was getting familiar with people in the dorms, and yeah, and I was just like having fun, dancing.
Yeah, definitely. You was in there dancing. I remember meeting you when you were sitting. If you're on the stage and you're facing out, you were on the far right side. I don't know if that's where your bed was, but I remember meeting you over there one day. And we just chat. I got to get acquainted a little bit. I have talked a little bit. So I don't know if you remember it all. But
I remember, and then there's another part. I remember something, and when like you got eliminated in Cookie, right? Yeah. Okay. I would say. Should I say how I remember you? Like I remember.
Go ahead.
So like when I came from the bathroom, so the lotions and my big Afro hair, I had like, so I was using those lotions to like moisturize my hair, and I'm like, okay. And then there was something on the back, and you were like, oh, there's something on your back. I was like, what is this? And then you helped me and clean it out. And then when I came back, I was like, where is he? I was like, oh, he got eliminated. That was how I recognized, because like if someone do something to me, I kind of keep you like, I will have that figurative past in my brain. So when I get to that, I was like, but there was this other person I'm not seeing. I was like, oh, he got eliminated. Oh, he was in the umbrella line. That was I remember. Like I was like, oh my God, this game is nah.
It was a mess. You ain't had nobody else to check your hair for you right to that, man. Come on, it was a mess. You probably had stuff in your hair the rest of the show.
Definitely.
Oh Lord. So we move on to Dalgona and we walk into the white room and there are 4 lines. Lorenzo gave me a little insight on, what was going on, but give me your point of view on, you see these 4 lines and what you decide to do.
Okay, so when we got there, Lorenzo was like, Mama Sissy, what are you thinking? Because like Lorenzo noticed I pray a lot. So in the dorms, before I sleep, I pray. When I get up, I pray. I'm very religious. I know it's weird, but I'm still a very religious babe. And so in my mind, 2 was in my head. So when I get up, I'm like, Lorenzo was standing on 2. He's like, why 2? I was like, I don't know. Let's just stand on line 2, in the middle of line 2. He was like, you don't think we should go in front? I was like, no, let's not go right in front. Let's just stand in the middle here. And everyone was like, okay. And then Lucia is like, you sure we're going to stand here? I'm like, girl, let's stand here. Lorenzo is like, my sister says 2, so we stand 2. We stand 2. And then we're sitting, our hands are like crossed. And I'm like, oh my God, if something messes up, like, Lorenzo is going to be like, Rose. So in my head, I'm just like praying so bad. Like, I'm like, I knew something was fishy. I was like, this is not normal. I'm like, these lines don't match up. And like, there's going to be a twist. I'm like, there's something going to happen here. But I wasn't comfortable. I was not comfortable even standing in the 2. But I was holding my gut because I saw 2. And I'm like, 2 it is.
2 it is. And so what happens? We see the first line, boom, you got to pick your shape, but they go out. Second line, get in there, boom, they go out. Third line, you eventually get your shape and you get triangle. And so I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. So we get in the Dalgona arena and you get triangle. How you feeling about triangle?
So triangle, I'm scared because they're like 4 points. 3 points. I'm like, this is 3 angles. It seems easy, but it is hard. Like, trust me, like there's nothing. And I had a burnt cookie. Mine wasn't like smooth and creamy like everyone on. I was like, Lorenzo, why is your cookie like that? Why is mine like this? I'm like, so it was so hard. So I kept licking. You couldn't even see me doing Dalgona, like, because my head, I was like this, covering. I was just like because I couldn't hold my cookie that much because it's burnt. And I'm like, I don't want to touch you too much. So I'm just like down gently. And I was so scared. Like my hand is shaking. It make poop. And I was like almost like scared that something happened. And then this guy came in with the thing. And I was like, okay, you're good. I'm like, whew. I keep doing it gently, and I was fine. And I got the triangle size. I was so happy. Like, I felt like that was the hardest game for me because, yes, it looks simple, but no. Because it needs skill set. Like, trust me. And I guess my crocheting skills, my needle skills, and my braiding skills helped me in that part. But I was not still trusting it, but because I had to be very gentle. Very like gentle. I don't even know how I won that part. I don't know. I can't.
Hey, you came through in the clutch, man. You know, you don't doubt your abilities, girl. Come on now. So congratulations, player 51 makes it past the second game, no problem, no sweat off her back, and she's moving along. Well, we soon get back into the dorms and we see a telephone. Are you thinking about grabbing this telephone?
No, I'm not grabbing telephone. Like, no. Where I come from, if you don't know something, don't go near it. Because like we have witches, we have wizards. Like, don't play with anything that you don't have any idea. They didn't say, oh, players, you can take the phone and call someone. No, they said nothing. So I'm not touching the phone. Even if, like, I'm not touching the phone. No phone for reals. Like, I'm just sitting there. I'm like, feel.
Like, look, no phone service in there anyway. So she's like, why do I even need a phone? We ain't got no phone service. Yeah. And so, yes, we see 198 soon grab the phone. Then people get some food. And then 198 gets it again. And he swiftly gets eliminated. And everyone is happy, cheering. It's a party. And yeah, he's on his way, USPS, out of the Squid Games.
Oh my God.
So we move on to the third game. And we walk in and we see 8 lines. How are you figuring out which line you in?
This game was tough because everyone thought it was tug of war. And this was a game that I trust my gut a lot. So I saw 4 and I basically was on the 4th line. I follow numbers, like I kept seeing 4. So I sat on line 4, and my friends were on another line. But that line was so... Many people were trying to get on that line. But I was happy seeing them there. I'm like, this is a strong team. So this is fine. You guys are good. And I remember I told them, like, we don't need to be on the same line all the time. That is the probability of us going further. Because if we were all in the same team, we're not going to go far. So we got to spread out. So I was fine. And I was in that line and like we were leading by 1 number compared to other people. And I was like, oh my God, this is scary. I was trusting my God, trusting my ancestors, trusting my God. I'm like, I don't even know how we're going to pull, but it is what it is.
It was what it was, but it was what it wasn't, essentially. Because when we walk in there, we see that it is bat warships instead of tug of war. So what's going on in your head when you see that this new game?
I don't even know what worship is. I don't even know, like, I'm African. I don't know this kind of games. So like, trust me, all these games were so crazy for me. Like, I was like, I just need to like, so my mind, I'm like, we're gonna choose the smartest person in here, the people that like games and stuff. And Brad, he plays a lot of games and he is super good with games. And he's like, oh, he got this. I'm like, okay, Commander, go. And then we choose the other person. I was like, yeah, be our lieutenant, because what is this game? I don't even know what the game is. I'm like, Jesus. At one point, I thought if it was tug of war, I'll be happier. But when I saw that, I was like, no way. And then when they started reading what is going to happen, they say, like, if your ship gets sink and your team wins, you still get eliminated. I say, yes, sir. I said, this is serious that I thought. So I'm like, okay, this game I have no control. So I'm just like, okay, anyway, let it be what it is.
Let it be what it is. But your team does come out victorious. And you guys only lose 1 ship in that.
Yeah.
You frozen? No, you good. Yeah, you guys only lose 1 ship in that. And so congratulations. You really just chilling. Your ship didn't get hit, nothing like that.
No, my ship, I was on the red line. Like,
oh, you were on that ship.
Yeah, like,
okay, that's
one
right.
person was less.
Your ship was the one that got hit at the end. That's right.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay. I remember they were like, where should we hit? I said B4. You see the funniest part? That was when my 4 came true. My 4 didn't come true when we were selecting the lines. But I was like, Brad, it's 4 it is, because if I'm going home and you're choosing 4, I'm fine. But if you're choosing another number and I go home, I'm not fine. I'm the one going home. I know you're going home to bed. My ship is ready. I'm like, and we choose B4. I was so happy. Like, so happy. And you know the funniest part? One of my friends told me I was on G3. I was on G3. So my first dormitory in my first school, like Form 1 in Cameroon, I was in dormitory G3, girls dorm 3. So my number in the dorm was G3. So one of my classes was like, Rose, do you know you're in G3 and you were sitting on G3 on the ship? I was like, girl, I had no idea. I just found out. You just told me. I'm like, no.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Like seriously, like when she said that, I was like, oh my, I was in G3 and I'm in G3. Like that was my dorm name and that is me on that same coordinate.
Wow. That's crazy. That's like divine intervention right there, you know?
It was divine intervention. It was.
Sheesh. Well, divine intervention helped with this game too, because player 51 is moving past the 3rd game. No sweat off her back again. She didn't even know the game and she still won the game. How?
but I gave the number.
She gave the number though, but she helped. She helped. She did like the, she put the title of her, she put her name on the group paper and signed off on it, and they turned it in. So you did something. So we move back into the dorms, and soon the guards tell us there will be 2 tests before the next game. And the first test is to vote out 3 players, and everyone in the dorms must vote. They bring out this Pac-Man looking machine, and you all get in one line and vote. So unfortunately, this is where player 374, Andy, 330, Dr. V, and 161, Lorenzo, leave us in the game. I see it. It gives a close-up of you on this episode. Tears flowing like the Nile River. What's going on with you right now? What is happening?
Like, that was the worst moment throughout the whole show for me, because like, I don't know, people did not get to see. I was close with Lorenzo. Like, if we were in the dorms, like, even the food incident, I was eating all the food Lorenzo still together. Like, I need some food. And Lorenzo, I was like, Lorenzo, what? I was like, oh, bring it on. And we ate. So like, we had this friendship. It was not just like players or alliance. We were like, I trusted Lorenzo and Lorenzo trusted me. Lorenzo would stand on the line because I say stand on this line. Like, that was insane. And then I'm like, I felt like we should have gone up front so that we could have fought back. I felt like I was like, in my mind, like that's why the tears were rolling, because I'm like, I'm regretting every step. And because it just took us from nowhere, because like other numbers were floating in the dorms. I wasn't even expecting it. Do you know that when you get like anxiety, shock, and everything at one point, and then you're hungry too? Oh my god, I just started crying. Like, no, I cried a lot, but God, I did cry a lot on that thing. I was like, when I watched the show, I was like, oh god, I'm red. I'm like, how is an African girl getting red? Like, how is that possible? I'm like so red. I'm soaking in, and I'm like, oh. I was so sad. And I remember like that kind of made me go far in the game, because from there I was like, trust no one and just be friendly with people, but I'm not targeting anyone, because that was the only good thing. Because like, I felt like if I targeted anyone, I would get eliminated, because that is the natural instinct. And where I come from, when you're given certain situations, you don't retaliate back. When you retaliate, you're gonna lose. But when you sit and allow things happen naturally, it's hard to do it, but you're gonna get something out of it. Yeah.
Great words of wisdom right there. And yeah, it was sad to see Lorenzo go at that point in the game over some apples. It was kind of crazy.
Oh my god! Like, when I ate the apples, can you imagine? I had like 3 slices. Oh my god, I was hungry. Like, Lorenzo couldn't. I ate the apples, so I was like, but like, Lorenzo's my friend, even though he didn't like take your apples, but I did eat your apples, and I was so pissed. You know why? Because before that part, I and Lucia and the mom 302, we had a one-on-one. Like, I was so happy with her. Like, I was like, oh my god, because like, I'm like, my nickname is Mommy Sissy because I behave like a mom sometimes. Like, so like when I see the mom there, I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with moms. I was so happy because I can't wait to be a mom. And then the fact that she's like pulling through the games, like we had this connection, we spoke. And then, oh my, I'm like, you just send my friend out. I was so pissed because a lot was going on. Like, I was angry that she was the one who did that. But like, in my mind, I was like, no, you do not have to do that. The other players wanted to go home. We wanted other players to leave. I know.
Oh, she was conflicted. She had two strings pulling opposite directions.
Yeah. Like, honestly, you can't blame anyone because the anxiety you get and the pressure, it's crazy. You don't even know what to do.
Yeah, you don't. Sometimes you're just stuck
Yeah.
between a rock and a hard place. But we must move, and then we have the next game or the next test pop up, and that is they bring 6 boxes up on the stage, and 5 players must select a box. Are you thinking about getting a box?
No, because like I said, if I wanted to retaliate, I want to get the box. I don't want to go out to eliminate someone because honestly, at that point, you come for my friend, I come for you. That was how I was in my mind. Like, because like when we were voting, I voted the mom out. She knew, the son knew. Trey, they came and told me, oh, it's okay you voted my mom out. I'm like, yeah, it's good. But you know, I just wanted her to go because she wanted Loretta to go. You know, it's fair. Like, I was like, you know, so at that point in time, I was like, let bygones be bygones. Just sit and pull it, Rose. Don't do it. Like, I felt like I was about going, but I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm just going to sit cool. And I was happy I did.
Hey, that was a smart decision because you sat cool and you survived that whole entire little 8-person massacre, essentially.
You know, I almost thought I was going home. I thought I was going home. I forgot, was it Jez? When he came and he was like, not Jesse, yeah, it's Jesse. Yeah, I can't, sorry, I don't know like how to call his name, but I know it's Jesse or just something. When he said he is going to, the person is eliminated, is because he hasn't had a one-on-one or a conversation with this person. I was like, okay, Mama Sissy, you're going home right now. Because like, I don't even know his name. I just saw this guy today on the stage. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, they ain't happening. Like, and then when he called Amber, my friend, I was like, seriously? I was like, this ain't playing. And that was not the reason. That was not the reason he called her.
Oh, well, we had Amber on the podcast already, but tell me what you think, was the reason.
So the thing was, I remember before when we were in the dorms that were selecting the numbers, I remember people were like, oh, we should vote this. I was like, I'm not voting no black person out. That's who I am. I ain't gonna choose another black person out. I'm not gonna leave anyone black person out. And I'm not also gonna like vote a lady out. That's just my personality. I know it's crazy, but I try to keep to my own self. That is who I am. So I remember they were like, oh, let's do this person. I'm like, no, I'm not. And that was because they had like altercations and they were like, oh, like let's, I was like, and then when we went and sat, we all had this discussion and then they suggested who they were wanting to eliminate. So we heard, I was like, okay, this is who we're gonna go with. And then like after the eliminations, so since Cheney was up, they said Amber voted Cheney out. So that was it. And I'm like, I don't think so. So, he was part of the alliance, so he got to send her home. That was what I noticed. And I was like, I laughed so bad in my head. And I was like, I was like, don't lie. That was my point of view.
Yeah, no, I mean.
And I was so pissed. I don't know if that was true, but if that was the reason, then I'm angry because we all stood as girls and Africans, like, to support each other. But it's a game. It's a game plan, It is what it is. But at that point in time, I was not happy about it. And I remember I told Lucia, I told you, don't go for alliances. You're gonna get yourself kicked out.
Yeah. No, definitely going after a group of people, you not just angering one person, you're angering a whole mob of them. So it might just kind of just stay low key, chill out, because they're gonna come after you with the pitchforks and fire. So we don't want those problems, Coach. We don't need them coming into the village and taking our peoples with them. And taking them somewhere else. We don't want those problems, Coach.
No, we don't. Mm-hmm.
So we soon find out they bring out some picnic baskets after a reward is given, and they say get in pairs of 2. So, what are you thinking when they bring this out, and who do you decide to get with?
I was with Lucia. We were about holding each other, like, because like in the dorms, I, Lucia, and Rochelle were close because Rochelle is my Ivorian babe. We're Africans, like, no parle un peu le français. My French is not fluent, but I can speak a little bit of it. So like I was clicked with her from day one. Like even when I was crying, Rochelle was the one like wiping the tears out of my face. Like, Rose, you got this. Like she's my supportive friend. I was her closest in that game. You get? I was her closest friend. So she came, she's like, "Oh, Rose, let's just go together." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." And then Siobhan is like, "I'll go with Lucia." I'm like, "Okay, good." Like that was how we got broke. We were about just taking out and going to sit, and they were like, "Oh, I will go with this," because all of us are like cool together. We know each other. We sleep around each other. We have fun together. We do everything together. So like in our mind, like I was having the picnic with one of the most closest person I have in the show. Like, okay, no.
And they pull the rug underneath you guys and find out it is marbles. The waterworks are starting to come again. And
Yeah.
then we soon get into the marble arena, and you guys have to go against each other, mano y mano. So tell me how that was going against one of your best friends in the game, and then what marble game did you guys decide to play?
So, firstly, it was hard. Like, no, it was so hard. Like, oh my god, Rochelle is so nice. She's so sweet, and you're like, okay, like, oh shit, I want to win this thing, but like, I'm gonna send someone. Like, she wants to do this for kids, like kids with issues and stuff. Like, she is a sweetheart. Like, I love kids. Like, and I know why she wants this money. And then I'm like, I'm gonna be fighting you to get this money. This is horrible. And we started crying without even choosing a game in there. We were crying. We're just crying. We haven't even selected what we're gonna choose. We just cry. And I told you, like, I'm like zero athletic with anything. I don't even know how to shoot these things. And then we decided to put like a jar, and then the person with the highest marbles in the jar get it. And I'm like, oh my god, yeah, like a little jar, like you just like a, like a basket kind of thing. And I don't even play basketball. I don't even know how to throw things. I was like, God, you're gonna see me through this. And that was how we selected it. And then when we started playing, it was crazy. I didn't even know how to throw the marbles. I was just throwing it carelessly. And then I saw her doing this. I was like, okay, girl. And then I copied her. And I'm like, okay, this is how we do it. And then I did the first throw. And I remember around the seat, or was it the third? The seat one, I got one of my marbles in. And then her, after immediately, she got one of her marbles in because she was the first that started playing. And then when she did her last marble, it was out. And then she was like, okay, we have to go over and start again, because that was what we did. And then we said, if we don't get a winner, we'll draw a line, and the person closest to the line will get it if time is short. And I was like, no, I still got one marble. Yeah. And she's like, oh yeah, I started. And then I closed my eyes and did this, and he entered. I was like, because like I could see her face. I'm like, what did I just do? I'm like, I'm sorry. And then she's so like, oh my god, she's so sweet. I love her so much. Like, oh my god. She was like, oh, Rose, I'm happy. This was the statement that made me so mad. She said, I'm happy I got to lose to you. I was like, how will you say that? How will you say that?
Hey, she was happy for you.
Yeah, she was. That's why it's hard, because like you're taking something from someone and the person is still happy for you. That was to tell you how genuine she was with me, and we spoke for a while because we had a lot of time, and then we just cried together as sisters. I'm gonna miss you, Rose. I'm gonna miss you, Rochelle. We just had a good sister chat, and honestly, for me, it was like my favorite game because it was the hardest game, but I got to say goodbye. Yeah. The other people, like, we knew one person was going home, either me or her, and I was able to say goodbye. And she was like, you gotta win this. And that was one of the reasons I worked so hard to go find the show, because I was like, Rochelle lost to you and you're just gonna slide and just feel free. No, you gotta do your best. That was when I started strategizing more in the game.
Yeah. Strategizing more you did, and congratulations on winning the marbles match. Keep on going. So we get back to the dorms, and they say elect a leader. Everyone almost unanimously selects TJ.
I did not.
You did not either. Oh.
Yeah, because
So
I
who
was
would
like, it was weird at that point in time because like I was like, okay, why does he want to be the leader? Can't he not just wait for us? But I was like, I like the thing is this, like I was like, everyone was like, TJ, yes, TJ, we'll go TJ. And in my mind, I'm like he was on anomalous one because he had the majority. A lot of people wanted him to be, but at that point in time, like honestly, I don't really care. I don't want to be the like. I felt like if it was something that's deep, I would have wanted to do it. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't want no drama. I can't take the anxiety being a leader because like at this point in time in the game, it will be hard for me. You know why? Everyone is my friend. Like not like my friend, but like I don't have anything against anyone. So it'll be hard for me being the leader. What am I gonna choose? No. I don't want to be in that position. Like so, I'm like, but I'm not happy with the way he said he wanted to be the leader. It's fine. It's good to lead people, but I was like, mm.
She said no, but the group said yes. And yes, it was to be. And so we find out that we must do a pretty much schoolyard pick. TJ's the leader. He's safe for the next game. And 20 people must be picked. Well, essentially 19 more people must be picked to save, eliminating 11. And then it's time for, the next game after that. So I know you ladies had this women's
Yeah.
meeting before this. Were you feeling comfortable about that going into this line?
Honestly, with what they were saying, it's just me as a person. I was okay with the decision because like I'm like I would like to see ladies go far. So if it's something I can do, I would do it. But it depends on how it goes. I don't trust them. I don't trust these ladies. Trust me, I don't trust them. Yeah, and you're gonna see that.
Oh goodness, that's funny. Well, the TV makes it looks like y'all trust each other, and
No,
so
no,
I'm glad you're giving this
like
context.
the thing is this, right? We're gonna stand for each other, but I don't trust you guys. Are
Got
you getting?
got you.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm
makes
gonna
sense. That makes
stand for
sense.
you, but I'm not trusting you
Yeah.
without your must gonna pick me. Like in my mind, I'm
Yes.
like, let's just have this and see how it goes. I
Yeah.
love you, ladies. I love you so much.
She loves them, but she can't trust them.
I ain't trusting no one.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. So we
Mhm.
get the line started, and it's moving along, and soon we get to 23.
Yeah, Siobhan.
Siobhan, and she picks you. Did you know Siobhan was also two questions? Did you know Siobhan was gonna pick you, and was there anyone earlier in the line that you thought would pick you?
Oh, in the line, no. I thought no one in the line earlier would pick me. Because like those girls, I was not trusting those ladies. So I was like, I knew like honestly I and Siobhan we knew we were going home at this point in time. And when I picked Siobhan, I was like, okay, cool. But at that point, it was two things contradicting. So either Siobhan picks me or Puna. Because Siobhan and Puna, like, even I and Puna were a little bit close in the games. And Siobhan and Puna, like, they have the same number together. Siobhan, Puna, and Amber. That's how I got to know them because, like, that's how I got to know Siobhan was through Amber and Puna. Like, so I knew they were, like, they'll be more familiarized in the show. So at that point in time, I know either she picks me or Puna. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, Siobhan, do your best. And then she said something sweet. She was like, I'm picking this player. You guys don't get to see this. Like, it seems like I was the sweetest in the show, honestly. Because she said something. She was like, oh, I'm picking this player because she's the definition of pure love. I was like, okay. I was so sweet. I was like, man, I'm the definition of pure love, like my name, like a rose. I was like, okay.
Okay, she was practicing her little speech in the
Yeah,
bathroom.
and she said, like, that was what she said, and then she picked me. So I was so happy because, like, I knew, like, we had a friendship, like, you see, like, she was my Squid mom. That's how I call her. She was like my Squid mom. If I have any problem, I'm telling Siobhan. And she kept encouraging me, like, Rose, we got this. After Lorenzo left, after Lucia left, she was my backbone. When Rachel and everyone left, we were the two of us left.
Yeah. And she can't leave her only other sister out there hanging. Well, not the only one. There was still Ashley,
Yeah.
but
Yes.
she can't leave the sister out there to dry. I would have been like, hold up now, pause.
Yeah.
I would have been like, huh? Like, what's going on? So, but she picks you, and you are
Yeah.
safe to the top 20. How does it feel being at 20 at this point?
I felt happy seeing all the girls there. First, I was happy all the girls were there. And I was happy how the line went because I trusted Chaz. I knew Chaz is gonna pick Haley, and I knew if I don't pick Chaz, no one is gonna pick him. And he was a nice person. I and him had like a lot of one-on-ones. Like he was very comforting. We had a good time in the show, which you guys didn't get to see. Like anyone watching would knew I'll pick Chaz. There was no like that was the only person that yeah. So yeah.
No, good. Okay. So we move on and we go to the game, and we get inside and we see this machine that's covered up with a black curtain, and it's essentially a claw machine. What we see, and basically the rules is you reach in, grab something, give it to bear to another person, and so you end up getting number 12. Not a bad number. How you
A
feel
bad
about
number,
12?
please. It's a bad number.
It's
Like
not that
it's,
bad.
it's bad. It is bad. Like what is good about that number?
I mean, it's not 13.
Oh, 13 is better.
In American society, you know it's unlucky.
Oh, it's unlucky, but at that point in time, the higher numbers, even if it's the most unluckiest number, it's better.
I mean, it's not the worst. You're not a single digit number, is my point.
Yeah.
Like you're not a single
No,
digit.
no, no.
So,
Honestly, I was happy that I got the number. Like it was a good number. Like honestly, because it gave me like a probability of getting out was high compared to people with a single digit number. Yeah.
Well, you get about the middle of the pack, and so it's time to get in there and start the game. You walk into the glass bridge setup, and it is marvelous. It is beautiful. It's one of a kind. Tell me what it was like from your lens seeing this.
It was that was like the setting was the best for all the games. I fell in love with it. It was like, oh my god, and I'm scared of heights. What the hell? And it's so deep down. I'm like, man, but it's so lovely up there. It was good. I was like, if I'm gonna get eliminated like this, okay, so be it.
Yeah. And the lights.
Yeah.
So we move on, and then we get the game started. Players are jumping, they get eliminated left and right, and then soon it is Chad's turn, and he has Mai to help him pick, and he makes the right one. Now it's your turn. So at this point, you had 1, 2, 3, 4 people make it in a row.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn. So when you get up there, what are you thinking after you see 4 people make it in a row and it's your turn?
So the thing is, at that point, you can't decide what to do because I don't know what the producers decided. I don't know how they decided this game. I'm not in their mind. So at that point, I'm calling all my beings, like anything in me. I'm calling God. I'm trusting my ancestors and trusting them to direct me where I will go to. At that point in time, I was so scared because I don't have control of this game. This is a game of chance and luck. There are no two things. There is no intelligence in this game. You can't be smart with this game because when you get smart, that's how you lose. And I was like, it kept telling me, go right. I was like, right it is. And I like even numbers. I like right side. Right is like positive. So I was like, okay, stay on the positivity words. And I just went on the right side. And I was like, better be it. Because like, if my ancestors fail me, I'll be so pissed. Because I followed the instincts in my heart. Like I followed the tiniest voice. Because everybody felt I should go the other straight. If you notice, everybody was like, what the hell did she choose? I was like, no, I'm going right.
She went right, and like the ancestors said, and they gave her the strength of Wakanda to make it through and stand on her 2 feet and not fall. And she eventually makes it through the glass bridge. Congratulations. It is the final 12 people. Dun dun dun. So we get back into the dorms, and now they bring out this 3 strings that make a triangle, and then this dice, and they say you all must roll the dice in order to figure out who's eliminated next. Whoever rolls a 6 and you nominate them, they're out. So you guys decide as a group, decide that everyone's going to
Yeah.
nominate themselves.
Yeah.
One, are you down with this idea? And two, how are you feeling about this dice?
Honestly, I'm down about the idea because trust me, I never rolled a 6 in my life. So in my heart, I'm like fine with it. It's very good for me because if I'm nominating somebody, the probability of that person leaving is 0. Because like you're gonna stay in this show. Yeah, you're gonna stay, and it's fair. Like it's a game of like they allow you to be in control of your of your game, you know. And yeah, and that was what I was thinking would happen, but eventually it didn't happen.
Yeah, eventually it didn't happen. You rolled a few times actually, which they only showed one.
Yeah, I rolled
And
twice. How do you know I rolled? They didn't even show me roll one time.
I got my information. Okay, I got my information.
No one even because like they didn't even show me roll the dice one time, but I
Yeah,
did
showed
it
you roll.
twice.
Yeah, you did it multiple times. So
I was like, this did not show the tension I was going through because guys, I was on heat.
because you had to roll yours back to back, didn't you?
Yes, I had to do my back to back because like Maya was next to me and she started. I think she went through Roland's line. So after the next time, it had to come the other way of the water. I'm like, no, guys, but I was good with it because I was like, I'm trusting my guys. I'm trusting I will get through this game. I'm not gonna leave by rolling a 6. I've never rolled a 6 in my life easily, so
She still hasn't to this day. And she
Yeah.
has made it to the final 9 single digits. Oh my gosh, this is getting serious. And this is where we
Yeah.
start episode 9. We made it the circle of trust.
Oh
the
my
beginning,
god.
it's crazy. So we begin at the episode saying Ashley says Mai is who she is and she can't hide behind the facade of being this nice lady. And this is where you can interrupt me if you have anything to say about the commentary because I have notes on the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Hallie says she needs to be careful around Mai. Ashley isn't fooled by Mai's tactics. Mai feels very alone without Chad now that he is gone. Everyone seems to be understanding the decisions everyone's making. Mai soon brings Samson to the bathroom to talk about why she picked Ashley on the dice and that whole mess. Then we meet Hallie. She says she works in public relations and is from Chicago, like you. So you guys have that Chicago little bond going on right now.
Yeah.
Then we get Mai and Ashley talking about Glass Bridge, and Mai apologizes to Ashley. Then the guards come out and say it's time for the next game. It's time for the next game.
Oh my
And
god.
the players walk into the game hall, and there is a present and many chairs, and each player is told to take a seat in a chair. So when you see this setup, what are you thinking?
I'm like, I was not sure. I was down. Like, I was already exhausted because I was like, really? We weren't expecting a game in the first place at that moment. And then they said, we have a game. So I was not prepared. I was stressed out. And I was like, I don't even know what this game is. Cycle of Trust. What is Cycle of Trust? Like, who even trusts me here? Nobody. So getting into this game, I knew I just have an 80% chance to lose. Why do I say this? I really don't have someone I'm close to in this game. And the only person I was a little bit more friendly in this game was that I knew like I got bonded with was Ashley and Maya. That is the funniest part. I and Maya were sleeping next to each other. They didn't get to show. They said no one consoled Maya. I consoled her when she was crying in the dorms. Like I remember like walking to her in the middle of the night. I was like, it's fine. Sorry. Like because she's hurt because she felt like she did something wrong during the dice game. And I'm like, it's okay. But I was also angry because she wanted to send Ashley out. And this is why I was not, it was just a mixed feeling. Why was it a mixed feeling for me? Maya didn't get to jump the bridge. She didn't get to jump it. So she didn't know like, but the thing was, even in there, she said Ashley didn't jump. So that was why I was like, I don't think Ashley didn't jump. She did jump. But now, what people failed to understand in the mirror bridge, what happened was this. That, like before I did my jump, it took forever. Because I'm like moving through, I'm scared of what is happening. And we all decided like to jump one bridge. Like, but trust me, when I remember like it was, I don't know, you're not ready to do that jump. You need to like take your time. I don't know, but because when Trey started jumping, I was like, what is he doing? I was like, no. He kept doing it fast. I'm like, oh my God. It was so scary to watch because like, it was making it so hard for us because I know we're like almost getting to start and I'm like, oh my God, why is it? It was so scary. And I felt like the anxiety and everything in the games was so confusing. So even in the dorms, I was like, I don't even know what to do when Maya wanted actually to go out, and I don't know whose side to pick on. So I was like in between, and I'm like, this is not good. So when we got to that game, at that point, I can choose Ashley or Maya. One, I know it's silly, but I was standing next to them, guys, like they're next to me, and like those chairs were shaking. They were shaking. Like, they will know I did it. No matter how gently you get out of those chairs, there's gonna be like even though there was loud music playing and there were like people moving, trust me, when Roland was like, oh, you put the thing on me, I was like, don't risk it. Because I knew it was either Maya or Amanda. So that was why I was shocked. Because I was like, what? Because I knew the direction was from these two sides. And I was like, it's not me. So, and those people were close with him. So I was so shocked. I was like, don't risk it on me, boy. If I was the first person to get that thing, I don't even know who I would have put it on the person. So, like, it was crazy.
And you know, he was trying to. Roland was trying to. This is a joke to Roland if you're watching this, but Roland was trying to keep the tradition of the brothers and sisters going out first in each game.
Oh my God!
Brothers went out first, and you know we was jumping in the platforms. Brothers went out first in Dalgana. Me.
Yeah.
Brothers went out first in Battleship. Brighton's team. So
like honestly, like it was like I was so shocked, like when I removed my thing and I saw it on his, because he is a sweetheart. Like he was friendly with everybody in the dorms. So like in my mind, I don't think he's gonna be the first person to like. And then I was like, this is really a game of distrust because like
circle of distrust.
Yeah, like it's a circle of distrust, not trust. Because what is going on?
What is going on? Jesus.
And then I had to select. And I remember like when everyone was getting eliminated and people going out, I was like, I wished I had earlier because like now it's getting tougher and all the sweet ladies next to me are still in the game. So that I was thinking you can't even do it with any of these people. And then I look at Sam. I basically was going to give Sam. But like, oh, Sam is sweet. And I'm like, Sam. I'm like, okay. And then Phil, I'm like, oh God. I've connected with everyone. So, and Haley, I'm not doing it to her. Like, and I think she would have suggested I did that. Like, to be honest, she would think I did that. I don't know, but I just had a feeling like she would be like, it's definitely Rose. So I was like, I'm just going to put it on Phil. Worst step ever.
You can't put it on the person you trust the least.
No, but the thing was this. I think the person I trusted the least, that I was not even like friendly more. I was friendly with everyone. But I think I was like, I don't even know, like, the only people that I trusted more was Maya and Ashley. Those are the people that I connected with, and I can't give it to them. You get? So that was why. I just had to do that. There's no way, because if I put it on Maya, she's gonna know I did it. I put it on Ashley, she's gonna know I did it. There is no way out. I'm telling you. Because when I was testing, I'm like thick as hell, and I'm trying to get out of that thing. I'm like, I hear the thing, like, kick it. I'm like, okay, just go forward. I'm like, no, you spoiled it. You lose it already.
So that was the thing. Also, some people were wondering is like, it's quite like, you know, your chair would make noise if you get up.
Yes,
and you could hear people walking around. And so was that did you hear people's chairs moving like once or making noises once they got up?
Well, the thing is, like, if you concentrate, the way I concentrate, if you concentrate and focus, you'll be able to get it. If you know how to go, like, be very calm and listen, use your ear senses, you'll be.
Oh snap! She went off. Hold on, y'all. Quick technical difficulties. Give me 1 second.
Oh, call to me.
Nah, you good. You good. Continue. Go ahead.
Okay, what was I? Yeah, like you could basically, like, if you're not smooth enough, as you can see, I wasn't smooth. Like I had to do it. I'm like, okay, go forward. There's no way to stay here. So people don't understand that part. That was why the game is so crazy, because if you do a little thing, someone can sense that it's from this direction. You can get eliminated still. So honestly, I was in a disadvantage that all the people I trust a little bit are next to me, or they trust me that I wouldn't do it to them. And I was hoping Phil would feel that Ashley, his friend, become full. I was hoping that should happen. So I get, since a circle of trust to see like how far they trust Ashley. That was what I was thinking.
No, that's valid. That's definitely valid, and it's a tricky game. It's a very, very tricky game. So eventually, we'll start from the beginning how the game goes. Roland says you gave him the box, but Mai gave him the box. He is eliminated. Then 355. Hallie gets picked. Hallie or Haley?
I don't know. I think it's Hallie or Haley. Anyway,
Hallie. I'll just, I'm call you Hallie for now. I'm sorry. Hallie gets picked and picks Amanda. Amanda says Phil gave her the box, and then Amanda is eliminated. And Elliot 429 is picked next. He sets it on Mai's desk. Mai knows it's him because she was an adjudicator and she can analyze him. And he looked a little nervous and jittery when she was walking by too. So she picks him. Elliot is eliminated. Yeah. And then Elliot, he's gone. Then you just explained your whole little thing, and you pick Rose, and then no. You pick. Messing up right now. You pick Phil. I got it all. I got written backwards. You pick Phil, and the Phil guesses you very dramatically. Yeah. And then that is the end of your journey. I will finish this out real quick. 355 is picked with the box next. She picks Mai. Then Mai picks her, and then the game is over. So you were fifth.
Is it fifth or sixth?
Hold on. 355 was fourth place. And then Ashley was sixth. You were seventh. Okay.
No, sixth.
No. Ashley was fifth. You were sixth. Sixth place, and then that's how the episode ends. So sixth place out of 456 people. Wow.
I slayed. Whew.
You slayed all day, all night, through the cold, through the cookies, through the battles, through the marbles, through everything, the bridge, everything. So it's like the last little test was just like a small, like your one kind of like mess up. The only mess up pretty much like slip up you had the whole game, because you had the marbles game under control. You had red light, green light under control. You had everything under control essentially. Yeah. And that's too close. I was so sad seeing that, because I want the sisters to come through in the final three.
I know. Like when I was out, I was rooting so much for Ashley. I was like, Ashley, oh man, like I know. I'm like, I just wanted them, like
Yeah.
Sister, fellow lady, running it, because they minimized us and they didn't see me coming. They didn't see me coming.
They didn't. You was the dark horse in the race. So sadly, that's where 51's journey comes to an end. Oh, so close to the finish. But so tell me, when you get back to the hotel, what are you feeling? What's going on?
Oh my God, I've never been proud of myself. Like, I was so happy because like I was like, I don't know how to explain, but I was so happy that I went so far. I was so happy because I knew I would go far, but I didn't see myself coming seat out of 456 amazing, intelligent, smart people. Like, there was no little person in there. Like, everyone got their plan check. Like, everyone was freaking boss. Huh? Yeah. Jesus. I was so happy, and I was sad too, because I wanted the money so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because at that point, the money is very visible, and it's like,
yeah, it is. It was just snatched out of me like that.
Yeah. And I think they need to give you a cut of something, because you definitely came to play. And I mean, for real, come on now.
Yeah, like, especially I had like back pains. Like, Maya she massaged my back during the games, because like she noticed I was dying. I was like, man, she's like, she's like, girl, you need to go see a little massage, because like your back is. I'm like, yeah. Those bunk beds and everything, the food. and everything. Like, I know, but it is what it is. It's what we sign up for,
Yeah, no, 100%. So when you get back to Chicago and you leave London, how are you feeling once you get back home?
Oh, home. Oh my God, my brother is pissed with me. My brother is like, "Why are you back? You didn't win." I'm like, "Paul, please chill. More opportunities are coming." Like, I'm like, more opportunities are coming, and like, I was feeling sad that I did not win, but it is what it is. But I was so happy I went far. It just gave me like a full check that I can do anything. That I have, I'm very potential. Like, I have the potentials to achieve greater things. So I felt like the show has given me a lot of extra confidence that I think you guys did not even needed me to have, because like the amount of confidence I have now, I am basically going out for my dreams. Why I went for the show, I'm gonna start it with zero. Like, I'm going back home and I'm gonna try to start it. I have a 1 month break back home and I'm gonna do what I can do, volunteer and do stuff. I don't need money to get all those things done, but I just need to decide and putting myself there. So the show made me realize, if out of 456 people, I come out six, I need to trust myself more and go for what I want to have. And it will all align. Yeah, that's it.
Hey, that's beautifully said. Go after what you need and what you deserve, because you particularly deserve a lot, and
Yeah.
that confidence. It's gonna only bring bigger and better things, and you will get your 4.56 million one day, one way or
Yeah.
another.
Another, yeah.
And I feel like it's gonna be happening sooner
So
than later.
yeah, I told my brother, like, after the last, like, my when I got eliminated, I was like, I will make 4.56 million soon in a year. My brother is like, how? I was like, when my ancestors are with me, my God is with me, and I'm willing to work hard. Period. I'm getting it.
Yeah, you getting it for sure. I feel it. I see it, and I
Amen.
sense it, because my ancestors are telling me that about you.
Amen.
Because
Hallelujah.
hey,
Hey, I like
hallelujah.
the
Come on
saying.
now. Come on now. It's gonna take some work, but you willing to put it in, and you
Yes.
seem
Yeah.
like you got what it takes. You definitely 100% got what it takes. You have what it takes to be in final three and win the show. You clearly
Yeah.
seen that. Anybody I think in those last 9 chairs definitely had the opportunity. It was kind of
Yeah.
just like
If
it was a little bit of luck too, because Sam, he didn't even get picked once.
Yeah, I
He
was
didn't have to pick.
praying that I shouldn't get paid. That was my prayer. I was like,
Yeah,
God, do it. I don't want to, because like that was the best way for me to go through, since I had
yeah.
no like friend in there. Yeah,
It
and
was the
I
guard. Yeah,
love. Yeah,
it was the guard's fault. They picked you instead of him. It's like,
I know. They sent a sister home.
hey, they was like, all right, tap,
Like
tap, both of
it was
y'all.
after me was Ashley. I'm like, what? And then
They're
I
like,
saw
look,
Haley. I
y'all.
was like, what are you doing here, girl? What? Like, you guys left, and I was like, Maya is staying. I was like, okay, good. Maya is staying. Yeah. I
Well, that
love
was
everyone though.
yeah, no, everyone's wonderful, and I'm not upset with anyone who wins. So everyone's be a
Yeah.
gracious winner. But I do want Maya to win for the record. I'm rooting for Maya
Like,
because she
I
was
it,
she.
it's like seriously, the person I want to win is Phil. It's funny to say this, it's Phil, because I got to know them in a certain way, like a lot of stuffs. Like, I remember we played soccer together. They're from Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. And so, like, I just, I just, but if Maya wins, she's smart and she deserves it. Like, she's it. Like, but I know, yeah. I also wish, yeah, I wish Sam, but I feel Phil, Maya, and Sam. That's how my top three. That's how I'm gonna rate them.
Okay, we'll see you in a few days. We'll see you in a few days. Well, Rose, it was wonderful to get to talk to you and get inside your head and your whole journey, your complete journey through the Squid Games
Mm-hmm.
universe. You
Yeah.
did amazing. You definitely repped well for Cameroon and Chicago
Yes.
together.
Yes.
Nobody can take anything away from you. You need to,
Mm-mm.
They need to give you all the flowers and roses and
like my name.
tulips, everything. Yes, give you everything. Netflix, mail her a box of roses, Netflix.
Yeah.
Y'all better do something for her and quit
Like
playing.
white roses, please.
Yes. Come on now. All of it. All of it.
Not red.
And,
I had a lot of red already.
She's switching it up. You know, it's winter time, winter season, the snow, white. Come on now. We got the whole thing going on, as you can see with the hair as well. Yep. So
Oh my
before we get
God.
out of here, can you tell the people where to find you on social media?
Oh my God. Okay. Why are you laughing?
'Cause-
I don't know my names on social media. I just know I think it's _ mommy _ cc, and the mommy is MOMMY. Mommy cc, both on TikTok and Instagram. And then, but I still have my names like Rose Mary Carr on those 2 platforms. Yeah.
Hey, y'all heard it here first from the top 6 legend herself of Squid Games The Challenge. Y'all,
Yay!
she give her flowers and everything. She is the true queen of the show, and definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens Wednesday. But I'm looking forward more so to see what you end up doing in the future as well. It was great to get to talk to you. I'm so honored and privileged that you joined me today on the podcast. And until
Always.
next time, we out of here, y'all. Peace and blessings.
Bye bye, and thank you for having me. Bye.
Of course. Bye.